Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. All we need is a little kindness. Today's video is a simple card expressing my gratitude to everyone who has been part of my journey. I will be making a thank you card using easy stamping and coloring techniques. Hope you have fun watching the video. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell icon so that you don't miss any of my videos. Let's take a look at the stamp set which we will be using as the main focal point of our card. This is the Alter New Exotic Garden stamp set. It is a 4x6 stamp containing a beautiful flower bouquet that you can color with any medium of your choice. This stamp set comes with a coordinating die which can be purchased separately. All the products that I'll be using in today's video are listed in the description box below. I will be stamping the bouquet onto a solid white card panel using my stamping tool. This tool will help me align the cardstock and the stamp. You could position your stamp anywhere on the cardstock. You could cover the entire card or choose a specific position. I decided to partially cover my card panel with the bouquet. Before I stamp, I like to secure the card panel onto the stamping tool using a temporary tape, just so that the card doesn't move and stays in position during the second round of stamping. I would have avoided this step had I positioned the cardstock right next to the edges of the stamping tool. But since I have some parts of my bouquet coming out of the card panel, I decided to place the card slightly above the edges of the stamping tool. Before stamping the image onto the paper, I like to run the anti-static powder tool over the paper so that my embossing powder sticks only on the stamped lines. I used VersaMark ink for stamping today. VersaMark ink is a thick, sticky, slow-drying ink used for heat embossing. I like to stamp the image twice before I pour the embossing powder over it. Carefully peel the temporary tape. Make sure not to touch the ink part of your cardstock. It's difficult to see the almost transparent ink, but if you tilt your paper under a light beam, you will see a shiny stamped image. This way, you can double check if you have stamped the entire image or if it needs another layer of stamping. Once I get a perfectly stamped image, I used the champagne pearl embossing powder and heat fixed it using my heat gun. Make sure to remove any extra embossing powder on your cardstock using a thin paintbrush before you heat set the image. You could fuzzy cut the stamped images or use coordinating die. You can get creative and add colors and dimension to your focal image, or keep it simple like I will be doing mine. I decided to add a little color to my card. I'm using my Prismacolor pencils in gold and bronze to color the flowers and the petals. It's time to relax and enjoy coloring. No fancy coloring techniques here. I just wanted to cover the entire stamped image with some beautiful colors. Let's work on our sentiment. I'm using the New Flowering Sisters stamp set. This set has some really beautiful sentiments. I have used the stamp set in a previous video. I'll put a link to that video in the description box below. I carefully aligned the sentiment onto a black cardstock and heat embossed it using the same champagne pearl embossing powder. It's now time to assemble our card. I cut the sentiment strip and used a foam tape for some extra dimension. You could position the sentiment anywhere on the card panel. I used double-sided tape to adhere the front panel onto a pre-folded cardstock. It is the same black cardstock that I used for my sentiment strip. Here's a look at our finished card. And here I have another card for you, where I kept the bouquet simple with no color and no extra sparkle. And also this time, I chose to place the sentiment over the focal point. Here's a look at the finished cards. Hope you had fun watching today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and share it with your family and friends. Your love means a lot to me and my channel. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for joining me today. Have a wonderful day.